Now, if you're in USDA zones 9 through 11, this is our weird transitional month. So food forest is going to bed, annual vegetable garden is waking up, it's really kicking into high gear. So our to-do list is kind of divided a little bit. It's both getting ready for growth and putting things to sleep for the winter, kind of a weird paradox. So the first thing that I would do if you're in USDA zones 9 through 11 is get your annual vegetables in the ground. So if you have nightshades, so your tomatoes, your peppers, your eggplants, those more long season crops, it's too late to start them from seed. However, you can transplant them now from your little seedlings. You can go buy seedlings. But it is time to have those nightshade plants in the ground. Now, if you have a lot of green seeds, your Swiss chards, your beets, those shorter season cold crops, you're okay to do those by seed still. So go ahead and still get those seeds in the ground. The arugula, the mustard green, the kametsuna, all things greens, get them in the ground. Just start planting them in trays, whatever you've got to do. Now, in the annual vegetable garden, this is the time to be focusing on green growth. So think nitrogen-based soil amendments, your fish emulsion, some sea kelp to help with the root stimulation, blood meal. Those are all going to be your go-tos for amending your annual vegetable soil. Now, the second thing that I would do is focus a little more in the food forest, and that's mulching and covering. So you're gonna get that last bit of mulch on there. I go 6 to 8 inches deep. Stay away from the trunk of the tree. So if this flower pot is your tree, I'm gonna stay about 5 or 6 inches away from the trunk because I don't want wood chips touching my trunk. That could cause rot or insect problems on the base of the tree. Plus, I want that root flare to still be able to breathe. So I would be mulching 6 to 8 inches deep. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you will thank me in the springtime because over the winter months, that's all going to be decomposing. The earthworms are coming up, the mycorrhizal fungi is feasting on it, and you are improving your soil so much over the winter months. It doesn't matter if it ties up nitrogen this time of year because you're not getting green growth anyway in your winter months. So this is the time to mulch around those fruit trees. Now, if you're in the hurricane zones, get on trip drop, start driving by and asking those tree pruners and the linemen to drop off wood chips. This is like gold. After storms like this, there are so many tree companies that are just overwhelmed. They don't want to be driving these wood chips off site. They want to drop them and put them on your site, especially if you're close and around the corner. So keep your eyes open, get those wood chips in and cover that soil. Now, the third thing that I would focus on, which you can probably see out my window here, you'll be seeing the songbirds come in. Focus on songbird feeding. Couple reasons why. One, because the migratory birds are coming from the north. They're visiting us now here in the south. So it is fun to watch those birds. I think it's a really good kids activity. So you're capturing the migratory birds. You're providing visual entertainment. But the third thing as well is this is your insect control. So this is a great way for those songbirds to be your natural defense against caterpillars and other pests that are going to be getting in your garden all winter. So if you think you have a caterpillar problem, you don't. You have a wild songbird shortage. So if you want to go more in depth on this, if you're in the Patreon community, I just posted the last couple weeks a long class, 30, 45 minutes of how to feed the wild songbirds and the benefits that those wild songbirds bring to your garden and to your food forest. I get into what types of seed you want to use to attract certain types of birds, different feeder styles, the whole gamut. So jump into that class if you're more interested in that. So as a recap for zones 9 through 11, first is annual vegetable season. Second is mulching in the food forest. And third is feeding those wild songbirds.